Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Palembang. In previous episode, the number of wars kind of exploded. I have a feeling that if the wars continue, we might have to fight Portugal again in less than a year, actually. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, we did have a bit of a hard time against Sunda. We've got a plan how to deal with this, though. We're going to use a bit of a naval trap over here in Bali. We'll get some troops over there that they'll then try to go offshore. We'll dodge away with the fleet into Bali, for example, briefly. But before we do that, we want to kind of siege down their stuff over here in Sulawesi. So we'll do that. And then, of course, we got the war against Spain, which I suppose they might be willing to take a peace deal at some point. We don't actually have any peace offer right now, though. I think what we'll do is we'll go and take at least a couple islands here. Maybe these. Which they, of course, are not willing to give me quite yet. But, you know, I can afford waiting for a little bit longer against the Spanish. Now, of course, Andaman Islands were occupied by the Bengali army there because we didn't quite get around to stop them from reaching that quickly enough. And Vijayanagar, we can't get a white peace yet. We can't actually get white peace with anyone yet, I don't think. But anyway, let's get going, shall we? We're currently saving up some admin points to unlock the next admin idea to allow us to start reducing inflation passively, which would be quite nice. But yes, we've got some troops in here. Let's just get the siege started. So that one, the other marine army is just going to go to Bone, and then we'll go to Makassar with the main army, and that should hopefully be enough to siege it down. Possibly. Now, of course, we've got the fleet outside there to do the naval barrage to make it a little bit easier. And after we're done with these sieges, we can then go ahead and trap the Sunda army to make sure that they get destroyed. Like, essentially, if we can stack white that big army, then we can get back into the mainland here. What we'll probably even do is we'll do a landing into Kalapa and go for the capital, so we can force them into a peace deal a bit faster. And there we go, there's the economic idea. So now inflation will finally start ticking down, which is not going to be going down very quickly. It's about, you know, 0.05, a little bit more than that actually, but yeah, 0.05% per year. So it's not going to be a huge boost to our economy quite... Oh. Okay, you're going to Savo Island. Your fleet there. I think I might be able to catch you there. Where are you going from there? Are you going to Roebuck Bay? Okay, let's try to catch you there then. We don't actually need the blockade there currently. So going back to Timor Sea. If you're going to be locked in there... Oh, well, never mind. I'll just catch you in the sea here then. Next to... Oh, and there we go. Captured another 4 ships. Ooh, an enlightenment has spawned in. Right, where is that? Dokin? Oh, interesting. That's not even too far away. Now, of course, Diviate probably doesn't like me. But, yeah, they don't. So it's not going to spread through their territories to me. But we do have some universities where it should be spreading to. For example, our capital should be... Well, yeah, it's getting a little bit. It's not a whole lot. Of course, we don't have the... Alright, we need a different advisor for that. You know what? Ooh, we got inflation reduction advisor. No, admittedly, we're currently doing quite a bit of the conversion still on various places, so we probably should keep on doing that for the time being. Waitaha is not particularly loyal currently. But yeah, so now that we've caught the enemies in here, we can get back to the blockading. We can then separate the light ships. Actually, what do we have here? Oh, it's just mostly light ships there. We can quickly do a bit of raiding there. Get us a bit more money. We don't have any loans, but we do have fairly high war exhaustion. It is going up. Of course, it's partially because we've got the blockade going in here. Or the siege going off there. Oh, a new election. How good is our current ruler? I'm calm. 55 years old. I think we can keep that one around. Get a bit more mill points. Or... well, all the points, but especially getting more mill points as a focus there. Let's get the light ships out of here. And I think what we'll do is we'll send the galley and the transport down to here to provide a bit more protection against that particular fleet. I guess we could actually go ahead and get the... oh, right, yeah. The Zaya seizing down some stuff. They're allied to Bengal, so that's... oh, truce with Russia ended already. Alright then. Could be bad. Although I suppose we don't share a border with Russia anymore, so it's unlikely that they are really that interested in fighting me again. Other than if they go for imperialism war, but you know, their fleet is not that large, so I'm not overly concerned. Basically, what we're going to do with this 10 Marines is to quickly transport these over to Katapang. The idea is fairly simple. Oh, I've got loads of... Oh, but these are, of course, different. Privateering Bengal. You're not doing anything. We could actually upgrade these ships. And then you are privateering in Canton. We could upgrade a couple of these as well. Getting some heavy frigates. That should give us a bit more survivability on those battles. Yeah, so we are currently stretched a little bit thin with our fleets. But, you know, as soon as we win the siege at Makassar, we can then get these troops ready in here. We'll get them to Sepang for the time being. So we're not wasting too much sailors right now, because we don't gain too much currently. We're losing some due to the attrition, no doubt. Okay, no, we did not get lucky with a 14% siege there. But now it's 24%. Yeah, they're sieging down more stuff in here. Now, they luckily won't be able to get to any of the islands here. Any of mine. Oh, the Inquisitor died. Okay. Oh, we got another Inquisitor, but it could also just take the Inflation Reduction Advisor right now to get rid of the inflation faster, so that then we'll be making more money overall. Also, how much do we still need? Yeah, still need a lot more Diplo points to reduce the war exhaustion, because I do need to keep that in check if I want to stay in this war. Or these wars, which admittedly I don't really want to stay in all of the wars, but in some cases there's just not really alternatives. We may need to destroy... Oh, there's the Portuguese truces. We may need to use some trapping on the Pasai armies as well over here somewhere. One way or another. We'll figure out a way. They are sieging down a lot of the stuff, but they're running out of places to siege down soon enough. And all is waiting on the siege of Makassar to be completed. Right, so Spain, I'm gonna guess you're still not willing to... No, you're still not willing to take the peace deal. Although, they're getting closer. They still hold Madrid, of course, and the peace offer is 15 value, so that's a little bit in there. They are stronger than I am, on paper at least. Although, the strength in Europe doesn't really matter over here if they can't get the troops in here. I should probably go ahead and build some more... dry docks as well for more sailors. Because at this point we're getting to the point where we need both manpower and sailors in large quantities. A couple of things built there. I don't suppose I could upgrade one of the... I suppose I could upgrade that if I had the money. Oh no, we don't have the Miltech for the fortresses yet. Of course, the Star Forts... I think we got most of the places upgraded. Well, at least most of the places are in areas where there is most likely going to be fighting. Those are at least level 6. Right, there's also the naval battery. Which I'm gonna build one over here at Comoros. To build... Oh, kill one. Portugal are fighting. Okay, so Portugal's not gonna be declaring war on us quite yet. I'm sure they will eventually. We do want to take Madagascar away from them at some point. Or, yeah, conquer that. That's gonna be a nice sort of power base for us to operate down this way. Right, but we've got the siege of Makassar already at 64%. It still hasn't completed. And yeah, we lost one more siege against Pasai. Now, they haven't started trying to do a landing over here yet, so that's good. We'll get quality ideas, but I think we... Actually, yeah, we probably are going to get the quality ideas. Reduce attrition a little bit, and then also we can get the artillery combat ability, hopefully soon enough. I could start coring some provinces, but at the same time... A little bit tricky, actually, because we've got so much war exhaustion, that increases the cost. Oh, there we go. Finally, the siege of Makassar is done. Right, let's get these troops in here, then. And we'll get to Lombok. We'll also go ahead and get the big fleet over here. Let's double check first that there's not any other fleets that we need to be hunting. Not right now. Okay. So what we're going to do is we'll get these off to Bali. We'll pull these ships back to Bali as well in a moment. So this is going to be a tricky one. I'm hoping that, yeah, they're going to be locked in. If I move in there right now, will they still move in? think so. We'll wait for them to get there, actually, so we're going to be there on second, so we'll have all 60,000 men already from the get-go in the battle. They will, or should have, a crossing penalty, and then as soon as the troops arrive there, we'll park our fleet outside over here again, so they can't retreat. Actually, what we'll probably do is block both sides over here, so they can't move any side. Because right now, technically speaking, I guess they could retreat down here somewhere, because we don't have fortresses in here. Oh, never mind, now they've stopped moving. Right then, well, let's move back here. I suppose what we really, speaking, should do is get the Marine Army over here. So blockading that already. So they're arriving on 21st. We'll wait for them to arrive and then we'll bring in the Marines afterwards. Actually, I suppose we could do... Nah, I'm not going to do raiding into 7 ducats there. Right. Nearly there. Actually, if we were to just move these fleets out, that's 20... Okay, no, we need to wait for like another day at least. Yeah, that's going to be arriving right afterwards. So if we start moving this one in, we'll be on 24th. So we probably should have started moving that slightly sooner. Also get these fleets out there. You'll get in there. Bring the reinforcements. Well, we'll hold them back, hopefully. There we go, reinforcements have arrived. They can't retreat. They are taking pretty hefty casualties now, with the extra artillery arrived. We did take quite a bit of casualties there, mind you, but I think this is going to be a stack wipe. And yeah, oh, no, not yet. Well, we can turn it into a stack wipe. There we go. So now that army is no more. What we're going to do is we'll take the regular army, start heading down to Palembang to seize that one down. And we'll go ahead and take the Marines. Get this army over here. We'll take the Marines from there, land into Kalapa. And then we'll bring in the bigger army to seize down their capital. But that way we have defeated Sunda at least once now. And actually, if we have... No, they're not willing to give me land quite yet, but they will. They will. I'll be... Well, okay, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad to get up to there. Maybe then take some, you know, money and things like that to make sure that we can keep fighting the other wars right now. Like war reparations, and maybe I can actually squeeze in a little bit more, though I suppose... Coalition of Langfang and Sunda isn't too bad. Getting up to that fort would actually be quite handy. So that's probably what we'll push for. That's going to be a whole lot of extension though, so we need to get some of these cores underway already. But first we'll reduce war exhaustion, and then we'll get at least one of these underway. So now we wait for the troops to move out. I suppose we can move this fleet out here somewhere, go to Java for example. Now, you know, we'll just raid that. We needed the extra sailors right now anyway. But there we go. So that was a kind of a clever way to defeat Sunda's army. Well, the primary army. They still got some more troops, of course, but now we can... Oh, actually. Let's actually go back to straight to Lombok because we need the boost for the siege. Now, we can actually do a naval barrage already from the fleet up here. So I want to get the extra boost for the actual blockade. And now let's take the small marine army out here. Land on to Kalapa. And then now that that is taken, let's get the ships back in here. And as soon as we can, we'll transport these over to Java as well. So that way we can start to... Oh, hey, more David tradition. Good. So that way we can start forcing them out a little bit faster. Now Spain, you still don't want to take a peace deal? No, not yet, but there's only -8 at this point. Ayutthaya, you are not willing to take a white peace yet. Because I mean, we're blockading quite a bit of your stuff, but I guess we'll just need to hold back you a bit longer. And then Bengal, well, the Bengalians can't get their troops up here, so that's fine. They've got some troops in the island of Andaman, or Andaman Islands, but that's fine. And what about Vijayanagar? You're not willing to take a white peace yet? No. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking Maldives, but that's going to be pretty difficult with the 46,000 men in their station, or stationed there. So yeah, that's going to be a tricky one. Right, and we've got the naval barrage in here. We've got the +3 from the blockade, which is huge. I think we'll probably move these armies now over here. So the siege should be done very shortly. Also, let's get another corps underway. The sooner we get those done, the better. Although, admittedly, if we were to save up for the admin tech, we'd be able to probably get that done even faster. But there we go. Now let's get that siege underway. We'll also get to Bunton. It's that... Oh, that's a heavy ship over there, actually. Well, we've got quite a few of these light ships, admittedly. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be able to siege down a lot more. So Sunda is actually a bit more likely to accept a peace deal. Of course, we'll still need to do a lot more sieging in here. But after that is done, we're going to then start focusing on Pasai. Which, with the 30,000 men, actually, I do wonder, does Malacca give military access to, well, they give military access to a whole lot of nations, so yeah, we should be able to move through. Yeah, we do have military access through them. So what we can do is we can land the troops into Jambi and then start moving through one way or another to go after that army and then start de-sieging their lands and then sieging down Versailles, taking more lands from them, because we do need to get some of their lands as well for sure. I mean, for Malaya, we need to get a whole lot of stuff, but we need to start from somewhere. So if we can then force out Pasai out of the war, and then eventually force Bengal out of the war with a white piece or something along those lines, we should be alright. I do hope that the siege on the enemy capital goes quickly. Should be alright. There we go, that's the enemy capital siege down. And now, they're still not willing to take a peace deal, but we're definitely closer. I suppose we can get the siege of the enemy fortress over here underway. That's another siege done. And we push out the heavy ship, which is taking some damage. We're taking some damage on one of our ships as well, though we should be winning this quite handily. Yeah, we did. We started that siege. Oh, actually. Are they going to go after the small army? Maybe. Let's actually get to Subidang first. Let's also bring this smaller army back here. I don't want to get caught out over here. With the numbers that we have in here, we should be able to fight off that army. Or maybe not. You know what? Actually, we'll hop out briefly. Ah, they're done trying to de-siege it. Okay, well that's fine then. Get back in here. We'll siege that one and we'll go after the siege. Right, how is the... That's 14% up here in the east. Now, Vijayanagar, you still want to... No, you still don't want to take a white piece. Ayutthaya is still nothing. No, although that... Ayutthaya is not too far up. If we can get Ayutthaya out of the war, that would at least free up a bit of the fleets over here to then go and blockade Bengal to force them out of the war sooner. Or actually, probably Pasai first, so we can then siege down... Oh! Okay. Let's cancel the siege. Get the troops in there. Got quite a bit of artillery there, but of course the Marines are going to be taking heavy losses. There's no denying that, but we are still winning this battle. There we go, there's a bit more war score. I guess what we'll do is just, we'll get to Pakuan, de-siege, or re-siege that once again. The war is getting rather expensive for us, though, in terms of points, because we need to keep our war exhaustion somewhat under check, at least. But yeah, this shouldn't take too long. It's already 28%. Okay, 42%. We'll get through that sooner or later. And as soon as we win the... or re-siege Palembang, should be alright. Speaking of Palembang, we should eventually have a bit of war against them, but I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. Is the thing. Oh, there we go. Let's just catch this army in here. Are they actually going to move through? Oh, yeah, they're moving in here. And now they're realizing, oh crap, we should not have moved in there. I'm trying to run away. But it's too late. There we go. The enemies took a lot more casualties than we did. Right, so we can go and de-siege Kadiri. Because the fort is going to take care of Malang. Actually, I could probably just go after the troops there. There we go, there's another 3,000 sack wiped. And then we'll go back to Kadiri. Not gonna... Actually, we could just push out the enemy fleet over here, actually. Now that I think of it. So we're still at 48% war score against Sunda, so they're not willing to take a peace deal yet. Spain is now 36% though, and they would be willing to give me a bit of a peace deal, or concessions in this. I can even take some money, actually. Sure. That gives them a bit more areas there. And now Spain is out of the war, so that's one less energy to worry about. That's probably going to hurt our income a little bit, though. Because we're not getting quite as much of spoils of all the... Well, actually, we probably weren't getting that much money from the siege down provinces anymore anyway. I'm actually going to dodge the... actually, I'll raid the coast real quick. But I think what we'll do is we'll actually just park these ships in Bali briefly. Don't want to be losing too many transports right now. The heavy ships should be more than plenty to defeat the enemy fleet. Lending libraries and book clubs. Ooh. The paper price goes up by quite a bit, which is actually kind of handy. As soon as we seize down Sunda's capital again, we should be able to probably do a bit of a peace deal. At least pretty close to that at that point. Let's get to Kadiri. We'll have a bit of a naval combat in here, hopefully. Oh yeah, there we go. They brought in some more ships. And there we go. Pakon's been sieged down. Let's just wait for that. Oh, now we captured another 11 ships. Now, Sunda, are you willing to take a peace deal yet? No, not yet. But we're not too far off. Let's get a bit of siege going over here. We'll probably just keep these two armies combined for now. Ooh, lawgiver, monthly autonomy change goes down. Or rather, the change increases. Let's also get this fleet up here again. What we'll do is we'll reorganize them. We'll send the galleys and transports back here. We'll get the heavy ships out of there again. And then these are going to move in here. We're going to take this one back to repairs. And you want to offer us a loan. That's not really that great of a terms there, quite frankly. Get another core underway. Can I actually... No, I can't raid more coast over here right now. That's a shame. 83%. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. We did at least get rid of one of the wars. Ayutthaya might be... Oh, they'd be willing to take a peace deal now. We might even be able to make some demands of them. Maybe some money or something wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, 500 ducats is what we can ask from them. Now, we just need to wait for the diplomat to reappear. Or arrive back home. Actually, we're going to even put in one extra there. There we go, 600 ducats. Not a whole lot of losses in that war against Ayutthaya, but that is now sorted out. Let's go ahead and get the galley fleets combined again. We'll still have a bit of a fleet over here at Strait of Johor, but that should be alright. Then we can go ahead and start blockading either Bengal, probably Bengal actually. Oh, there we go. Sunda is now very eager to maybe have a peace deal soon enough. Now, I do wonder, actually, that's 82% overextension, and we currently got... I think we may need to reduce the amount of provinces that we take currently, because that's still going to be a problem. I think we're just going to go with those two provinces, plus Bali, and I guess the two old Sulawesi. That way, there's a bit less of a problem. I could maybe... Actually, can I humiliate them? They're not our rivals, no. I could pillage their capital. They would still hate me for that, but you know what? That's going to give us a bit of development. And then remove some cores on my... Okay, I can't remove all of those. I think we're going to start with Lombok and Palembang. Okay, so that would be a peace deal then. Tyranny of the... Oh dear. I guess we'll just lose a bit of tradition. Oh, actually, we got a bit more war score from that, didn't we? I wonder if we could actually provoke some more cores. No, not really. Okay, well, we've got 20 more days before the diplomats return. We get the troops back in here. We'll start transporting them over already. First to Borneo, and then later on we'll transfer them elsewhere. Ooh, development Katabang increases. That's 7 right now. Okay, so there's a lot more work to do there. But at least it is improving. So we'll go ahead and take this smaller one out there first. Now, what about Vijayanagar? Are you willing to take a peace deal yet? No. Minus 11 still. I suppose he has to go on better. So, you know, it's not all bad. We can go ahead and figure out the... Oh, there's a bit of a fleet there. I don't know how much exactly there are, but there is a lot. Oh, actually, there's a bit of a fleet over here from Pasai. Going to Andaman Sea. You know what? Well, first of all, let's go and do a bit of raiding over here. 170 ducats. And then let's go ahead and... Actually, we should probably go ahead and build a couple more universities. For example, I guess Beeré could have one. It's a gold province. And then maybe one in Flores? I guess that wouldn't hurt. And can we also upgrade any more fortresses or fortifications? That's already level 6. No. Got one over there at level 6. There are a couple over here in Australia that we might want to upgrade at some point. But they're not a huge priority right now. Actually, what I probably should rather do is get some more manufacturers, really. So Bellyton, you're going to get a bit of a trade station there. Whatever it is. Actually, it's teaser. It might be a plantation now that I think of it. Shipyard fire. Oh dear. Okay, so Sunda. We've got a diplomat now. Is there anything? Actually, there might be some more that we can do now. Oh yeah, we're going to work all the cores. Good. There we go. So that's one war out of the way, or another war out of the way. So let's go out and get these troops out from here. We'll leave the... Actually, no, we'll probably need to transport this over, don't we? Let's get some more transport from here. We've got quite high overextension. We're going to have to work on reducing that. Let's actually reduce the war exhaustion a little bit, so the coring is going to be slightly cheaper. Well, there we go. That's another peace deal done. And then, let's see, Vijayanagar, you still don't want to... No, you still don't want a white piece. Alright then, where do we have the... Right, so we're parking this in the Strait of Malacca, aren't we? Yes, right now we are, but there is... Right, those are going to... See, Pasai is sitting in Irrawaddy Delta. And Bengal's got one heavy ship going to Arakan Coast. I think we can take on those. Let's also do a bit of... Oh, 200 ducats right there. Okay, well, I'll take it. That's a pretty good amount. At this point, since we don't actually have a huge income right now, but I might go ahead and promote the admin advisor just to get the admin points slightly faster. We'll go ahead and send this off to... well, we'll actually sit over here for the time being. See what they do. Also, where's the heavy fleet right now? I suppose that's over here. Let's bring that one over as well. So, oh, hey, we're one of the great pals now. Huzzah! I didn't expect that to happen quite yet. Now, we haven't even embraced all the institution. I mean, we're only missing enlightenment, to be fair, so it's not that bad. But yeah, there we go. We've already grown quite a bit. I did not expect us to get quite this far when we were just Christmas Island at that one point. There we go. So, let's get a core underway in Bali. That's one of the cheapest options right now. And we're going to also go ahead and get these troops into Bangka. So, did we actually get the reinforcement fleet in here yet? Not yet. Okay. Soon though. Also do a bit of raiding along the way. We're definitely getting a lot of money. How much do we actually need for the embracing... Well, I suppose we don't have enlightenment present anyway yet, so we don't know the exact numbers. Are there any good workshops that we could make? I mean, there's a couple that are decent. We'll build those. Maybe some more dried... Actually, Soldier household. That's 3,000 manpower. Because manpower is going to be something that we need desperately more right now. We're getting a little bit extra, but it's not a whole lot. Oh, there we go. Kutai is a core. Excellent. That is one of the provinces that we needed for the forming of Malaya. So that's the first one that we have. Of course, there's still so many others that we need. Including Palembang, which... Well, I guess we'll get to that eventually. I wonder, actually, if we were to declare war on... Ah, right, Palembang, that would call in Langfang, Malacca, Mughals, and Sunda. What about Langfang? You are Hindu, so Mughals would not join on that. Of course, we have a truce with you. But yeah, Palembang would be a way to... Well, that would be a way to fight Palembang. And I guess Kedah, but that's going to be a bit trickier one to get to. Because that's right next to Ayutthaya, so it's very risky. Right, well, let's go out and defeat the enemy fleets over here. They'll try to run away, but they will fail. And, ooh, that's 16 ships captured right there. And that entire fleet is gone. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and send this fleet down here to Strait of Malacca at this point. Start blockading some of their stuff there. Now let's have a look. Where's the Bengal fleet? Not here. Okay, yeah, they got them in the Ganges Delta. Actually, we can do a bit of raiding in there. I'm going to separate the galleys over here to get to Arakan Coast, and then we'll also go ahead and separate the... I guess the transports of the lightship. Go to Coast Orissa. But with that, we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.